All right, so I'm going to make a pivot here to talk about why we should be careful of who we follow. And again, it's a role model conversation, but it's going in a different area. Because we oftentimes look at celebrities for our guiding light on political and social issues. And it's like, man, if you don't have time yourself because you're worried about what you have going on to not read into these things, what makes you think these people do? They have jobs, they have workouts, they have their own personal interests. And if they choose to be socially unaware, it's okay. Now, I'm not accusing Cam, Todd Gurley, or Odell Beckham for being socially unaware because they're not. They understand what goes on in their lives. But a lot of times what they focus on is their lives, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. So when asked by Victor Cruz, what are you going to take to your new team? What pressures, what questions are you going to ask your new team when it comes to social justice? What are you going to ask them to do for the Black community? Todd Gurley was like, I ain't really thought about that. I mean, I do what I do for my community because that's what I do. I never thought about putting that pressure on the team. And I say that to say because even in this climate where everybody seems to be worried and caring about Black Lives Matter, rights for oppressed people, you have individuals who have the ultimate power, who have the ultimate opportunity to go to their bosses and say, hey, what are you going to do for my community? And they're not. I'm not knocking them for that. But what I'm telling you is don't be so quick to follow it behind these people when it comes to social issues because they're not experts. And they don't have to be experts, but they're not. And you should treat them as such. Just because somebody is good at a sport, is good at singing, is good at making music, it's funny, is good at acting, it does not mean that they know what's good for the people. Oftentimes, these people, yes, they have humble beginnings, but once they get their money, they get elevated into a different stratosphere. They're surrounded by different types of people who have different perspectives. They have a different tax bracket, and your tax bracket, believe it or not, controls how you vote. For some people, it really does. So be careful. And think about this. We give Chance the Rapper and J. Cole a lot of credit for being, oh yeah, they're woke. They understand what's going on. They care about the people, this, that, and the third. Maybe, maybe not. They care about themselves. Maybe they come from where we are, what we come from, but I don't know if that means they are of what we come from. They are us, right? So J. Cole had his no ID thing, and I'm not going to get into that, or no name, whatever the person's, I don't remember the name, but pretty much saying, I don't really know what's going on. I just rap about what I know. Then we have Chance out here champion Kanye West for president, someone who's not even registered to run for president, has missed the deadline in many states, and he's having a full conversation and arguing with Joe Budden on Joe Budden's podcast about why we should get behind Kanye. And I understand that you might be a Kanye fan, and if he puts out good music, I'm going to listen to it. If he puts out bad music, I give it one listen. But to get behind somebody just because, oh yeah, he said this right here, I like this, he's trying to end homelessness. Okay, well, how? And then Chance goes on to say, well, all presidents are murderers because of the things that happen in war. Okay, maybe not. War is necessary evil in this world. I don't necessarily like it, but it's part of the world we live in. Violence is a thing. But to blindly get behind somebody because they say three great things, but they have a track record that shows that they're not mentally stable. They do things for the limelight, and you are using your personal relationship with this individual to push this agenda. It's like, oh my God, are you serious? But we think these are the smart rappers. And maybe they're smart about the things that they know about, but don't give them that much credit for knowing about policy. Don't give them that much credit for knowing about politics. I was having a conversation today, and one of my biggest issues with the Breakfast Club is not that they bring on political people, bring them on, ask them questions. But when they get to talking politics, there's a difference in having a conversation with a politician than talking actual politics. Because when you don't have an understanding of the political system and how it works and why you need certain people to do certain things, and you have such a large influence on people who also don't know what goes on, they believe that you know what you're talking about and they run with it.